everybody. Happy New Year. The OT is back. Hope you had a great Christmas and we're all looking forward to a successful new 2020. And talking about a successful 2020, some coaches over there in the United States have been calling some of their players some words, but I'm going to call these two guys and hear some good words. They are studs, if I can use that word on through TV and the air this morning. Ken Mullings, Kendrick Thompson, just recently back from the Gene Edmonds Memorial Invitation over there at Purdue University, along with Coach Ednal Roll. For you guys getting the year off to a pretty good start, some pretty good late Christmas present. Ken breaking your old mark in the heptathlon. 426 points was the old mark, and you had a good day. And Kendrick, you also want to break the old mark with your 5.636 performance. Talk about starting the year off right first, Ken, and breaking your record.
Well, that was a pretty big accomplishment for me. I was very satisfied. I was still a little disappointed in some of my events, but my off season was very great, so I know it's big things to come.
What does it say this early in the season, getting these type of performance?
It shows that the work we put in off season was not in vain, and it really shows that the coaching and the system we have there is going to bring out the results for us.
Number 2 in the world, put a smile on your face.
I finally make it to the top ranking where I feel like I work hard to earn it, and more is to come.
Can you tell us about your performance, because you are now busting out on the scene?
I'm excited. Now, my first time in the heptathlon, I think I did pretty well, and I think it's more to come out of me once we go back and work on the stuff that.
After day one, you were leading.
Yeah, day one is probably my strongest day. Yeah, it's my strongest day, but I really had I start off my second day with disappointment in the hurdles, but.
That's just where the point where I excel. But because the hurdles is a difficult event, because you have the hurdles in the way, you have to be aggressive, you have to stay clean, because if you hit a couple hurdles, that's points to seconds and points you're throwing away. So it's just, you have to be very mentally prepared to go in there and execute.
We get the Coach Ednal Roll in a minute, but let's talk to these two guys. How was the off-season training for you?
The off-season training was hard, it was gruesome, but we stick through it and fight it. We had a lot of help. We had Coach Cartwright, we had Ednal Roll, the head coach, we had James Roll for the jumps. Then we had each other and Ed Vaughn Carey. So each event was where I was weakened. I had KJ to help me push through like the strength endurance workouts where I'd always fall short. KJ'd be in the front, and I can't have him too far in the front if we're doing the same event. So I'll always have to get gutsy and just go after it. And then in events where I'm stronger, like the high jump and was the pole vault, now he's stepping up and putting a lot of pressure on me to say, hey, if you want to win, you gotta perform.
Well, I think off season it was rough. Mornings I didn't want to get up, but I say, hey, you can't make Olympics if you sleeping on the money. You gotta wake up.
I just say like a friendly rivalry. You guys are pushing one another.
Yeah, the chemistry between us is really great. That's what helping us to excel. We talk to each other, we motivate each other on the events.
I won't go to if I go into practice, he coming to practice, because if we doing the same event, if I do 10 push-ups and he ain't doing the push-ups, that's done a little bit of strength I gain it on him, so that ain't happen. I can't let him do something and I ain't doing it.
We knew about Ken last year and his performance in the decathlon and the heptathlon. Where did you come from?
Well, I know where I came from, but I always had it in me, but I what I should say.
It's not where he came from, it's where he was. Because the 2016 Carifta, the octathlon, it was Kendrick who came first and I came third. But we went from, when we reached the senior level, he went to the 400 because he made the world champs for the 4x4 relay team, and the Columbia team they had the 4x4. Yeah, basically.
So now you're busting out. What make you decide to go into the multi-event?
Well, my love for it didn't went away, but I said, man, let me give it another try, come back to it. And my coach gave me the opportunity, and you'll be giving me the opportunity to come back to it. So,
how has it been competing as student athletes?
It's
They have
been
class, and they got to get the class right after this.
you have to make a lot of sacrifices, but hey, nothing in life is easy without sacrifices. Nothing worthwhile is easy without the sacrifice. So, gotta make the sacrifices if you want it. Yeah, gotta be a student first, exactly.
So now you get ready to go back to defend your pen title.
Yes. No, last year I know I did in pole vault, so I came second last year. So now I gotta go back and regain it.
And Coach Ednell Road also joining us in the studio, a former 400-meter hurdler. I know you sometimes test the guys and they hear some of the stories. Boy, I used to do this and I used to do that. I see you laughing because that's true, right?
Yeah.
And Ednell, how was it this weekend watching these two guys and the whole UB team go at it?
Yeah, morning Bahamas, morning Fisher. Thank you for having us here. It was good. I mean, we had prepared for this moment. I didn't expect a world ranking second and third. I mean, the world ranking wasn't on my mind. It was just about them progressing from where they were last year, improving on that this year. Of course, our ultimate goal is to get to our first Olympic qualifiers coming out of the University of Bahamas. If we could get one of them to qualify, it would be even great for both to qualify. Now that they're on par, to qualify. But like I said, we prepare for this moment. I want to give special thanks to the assistant coaches, Ronald Cartwright and James Rolls, who assist us at the university, assistant coaches in track and field. Just like, for the heptathlon, decathlon, they have to be great, well-rounded for all the events. And, I think the coaches complement them well in helping with the jumps and with the throws, and myself with the sprints and the hurdle and the running.
What were some of the reactions from the fellow athletes from some of those big-time universities and saying you're just coming from UB?
So they was kind of surprised because, when for a name that they ain't not familiar with, for us to win the 60-meter dash wasn't really a surprise because, a lot of anybody could run a 60-meter dash fast, especially if you're trained for it. But to go into the technical events and win those as well, that's when the eyes was opened up like, whoa, okay, now it's getting kind of real.
Mm-hmm.
So when KJ got into the short put and threw that massive 13.87, I think it was, that's when even me was shocked. My hand started to shake a bit. I was like, hold on now. This competition getting a little scary.
How was it this weekend? I know these were the only two athletes you took down.
No, we had a team. We had a team, but they were the ones who pretty much
Talk about the rest
outstanding.
of the team.
For the most part, this is our fourth time going down there at the Gene Invitational. I'm trying to build a team. Of course, Ken and Kendrick stand out. We had some good performances. My boy got 6th overall in the 400 meters. This year, last year we won the 400. We got 3rd in the 400 with the men's. But this year they had more schools. Just even with the heptathlon last year, it was about 5 to 6 persons that competed in heptathlon. I guess after Ken made that great performance, colleges looking at competition and how they could get their athletes to qualify. They had 12 heptathletes that were performing at this year, and it was more schools. It was really competitive year, so the kids really had to run this year. They really had to run.
Purdue, by the way, for you folks out there, head coach Norbert Elliott, also of Tamar Green there and Samson Colbrook, and you were able to mix and mingle with them.
Yeah, Samson. Samson started over with me in Exuma, where I started when I first came into to teaching in government, and it was good to see, where Samson has grown and come from, and I feel good as a Bahamian that knowing that doing it home is just as important as those who are doing it in the U.S. and to prove that now the student athletes now have an option to now come to U.S. To come to UB without having to go to the U.S. and still accomplish the same goals and aspiration as you would if you was to go to any of those big colleges. Because what we have here at the university compared to Purdue is far, it's like day and night. So we have to make the best of what we have, of course. We have to make the best of what we have, and to do it here. But what we have compared to those big schools, of course, behind any sporting program is funding. So that's the key. And I think this is a good thing to show that we can produce world rankings here at the university in the Bahamas, as well as career athletes over the last 3-4 years since I've been there. Career athletes, Kendrick would have made the world championship team in 2017, right here coaching under my supervision here at the university. So, like I said, it's a dream come true to prove now coming from an athlete to now show that coaches here in the Bahamas can compete against big colleges just like in the U.S. and Canada.
How big is your program?
I have a 22 member team. It's about 12 guys and 10 girls. We're still in the building process. I had a girl that got 11th overall in the 800. Amber would have got third last year, and so it's a continue. It's just like any other college. I want the best, just like the other schools, the other big schools, and it's kind of hard to compete against those. So I know how important it is for me to show results. So if I'm a young student out there, I could see myself being a Ken Mullings. I could see myself being a Amber Ford. I could see myself being somebody who went to the university, and of course the ultimate goal is for them to graduate, because we would have had Amber just finished last year. We had Uruk Dean finished last year, and these are the persons who really started out here at the university.
Well, I've been following you from, and I'm going to make sure old because you get great just like
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I followed you when you made the career team.
41 now.
Followed you when you went to St. All. Then when you came back, you went over there in Exuma.
Yeah.
And you went to C.R. Walker.
Yes, sir.
Now you at UB. And when you was at C.R. Walker transitioning into UB, you and I spoke and you said, I'm about to make this move. And it looked like that move is finally paying off.
Yes. It's been a gruesome 7 to 8 years, and to where I'm at now. But I'm always been a person to, go above and beyond. And I try to instill that into my athletes. They are of course student first. And for them to be able to maintain their grades, because they won't be here if they didn't have the grades. So they understand, just like any other college, you have to have the grades. You have to be academically eligible in order to compete. So these are great student athletes. In the class, they're doing their schoolwork. They come into practice being consistent. They're eating properly, and they're doing what it takes, and it's showing now with the results.
We're going to take our first break here on the OT, and when we come back, we'll continue our conversation with Ken Mullings and Kendrick Thompson, also with Coach Edna Rowe. Congratulations. A new national record by both athletes this week, but Ken Mullings was the winner, so he is the champion. Second is just as good. World ranking for both athletes. We'll be right back following this break.
Are you a business owner who's tired of watching your money go out and not come in? Is it getting lonely in your business without customers? Then stop keeping your business a secret. And if you're listening to this right now on the ZNS Network, so are thousands of potential customers for your business. So what are you waiting for? Let us help you tell the world about your business. Just call your account executive now or the ZNS sales office at 502-3800 and ask about our rates and our packages. Then sit back and watch your business grow.
Are you a business owner who's tired of watching your money going out and not coming in? Is it getting lonely at your business without customers? Don't keep your business a secret. If you're listening to this right now on the ZNS Network, so are thousands and thousands of potential customers for your business. What are you waiting for? Let us help you tell the world about your business. Just call your account executive now or the ZNS sales office at 502-3800 and ask about our rates and packages. Then sit back and watch your business grow.
We don't rely on a service that you have to pay for to bring our services to you. We are free to air 24/7. The only station that has your interest at heart. We are your station, the People Station. Radio Bomb is 1540 AM, 104.5 FM.
Good morning and welcome back to the OT with Ken Mullins, Kendrick Thompson, and Coach Ednal Roll. And the Olympics is this year, and that's the ultimate goal in Tokyo. How's preparation going for that, and how would it feel if you are to get those numbers?
It would feel really great to achieve the numbers to go to Tokyo, because then that means that we'll be the first Bahamians to qualify in the multi-event at that stage. The preparation so far has gone smooth. Once we continue to put in the work and make the sacrifices, I feel like we could accomplish that goal.
What in like in the 100, 200 meters, there's a certain time you have to run or be A or B standard. What is the criteria for making the decathlon?
It's just overall points. I think the points overall is 8,350 for Olympics. So
82, I think.
yeah, 8,250. Something like 8,200.
8,200.
Yeah.
8,200.
So the 100 to get 800 and some points, you're basically getting over 800 some points for each event.
Average.
And the 100, 800 plus points is 11.3. So just staying above 800 points in each event should get you that. Or just getting way above 800 in one event and a little bit under in some events can still get you the points overall.
So it's harder to get it in jumps, but in sprinting you can get it easier because you could run a 11.2 and still get 800 points.
Yeah,
But in high jump, you have to jump over 2 meters
to get 800
to
points.
get 800 points.
So how many meets do you plan to attend? Because you're going to need competition and to get it. First of all, what is your total points?
Outdoor?
Yeah.
My total points last year in the decathlon outdoor was 7,527.
And you?
He did.
7. I didn't finish my decathlon.
Okay, so like I say, to get those points, you probably plan on going to some major meets?
Yeah, we have to. That's up to the athletic administrator. We are the athletes. We just train and perform and try to put out the results.
Yeah,
It's
maybe I
them
can
who
answer.
do the meets.
Yeah. I could answer that. For them to qualify for Olympics, you have to have an average of, like he said, the qualifying standard is, let's say, 8,000 points. So that's 10 events. You need to have an average of 800 points per event. Now, of course, they are better in some events and not as good in other events. So that's why the ultimate decathlete would be the person who could be well-rounded in pretty much all events. Now, to get 8,000 points, you may be like Kendrick, for example. Kendrick is qualified in the 400 at Worlds. He could run 46 in the 400. Now that could give him a lot of points for the 400. While you may have another decathlete, Ken, who's good in the high jump. He's way better than Ken in the high jump and may score 1,000 points in the high jump. So Ken could score 1,000 points in the 400 meters, but may only be able to score 700 points in the 400 because he's not as good as Kendrick. Kendrick could score 700 in high jump, but Ken could score 1,000. So, it's just about, when I looked at them last year and I analyzed what they did last year, and I say, okay, Ken has a total score national record of 7,500. So I said, all I need to do is now improve him average 500 or 50 points, 500 in total for the 10 events at average. So with their performance this weekend, their average is now 800. Ken's is 811, and Kendrick average is 805. So we're on target to qualify because, when we go to decathlon, it's only 3 more events. It's the 400, it's the javelin, and then it's the discus. And then, of course, the 1,000 meters moved to 15, the 60 moved to 100, and the 60 hurdles moved to 110. So it's just us staying on target and keeping them to be able to keep an average score of 800. Now, the good thing about it was that magnificently, both of them did a personal best in 7 events. that's almost unheard of. You go to a meet and you do for the decathlon, you improve or you did your personal best in each event. So the record, the national record was going on. You were already ahead of where you were last year. So that was a good sign showing that they are improving in both areas. For the decathlete, jumps, the throws, as well as the running and the hurdling.
They call it the decathlete, the crazy man
Yep.
sport, because you end with the 1500, and after that 1500, nobody is standing. Everybody is just laid out on the track. Are you crazy?
So,
I know you heard it.
Well, if the cap fit weird, I don't know.
So why decathlon? Why not one event here and there, 10 events over 2 days?
I mean, I just love all events, and I find it kind of boring just to finish one event and then sit down and watch the whole track meet. I get really bored quick, so I decided to do more events, and then that's when, what's his name? I forget, Mr. Not Sidney Cartwright. When I was in CC Sweeten, my first high jump coach, Miss Wilson, to send me to him, and then he told me that I should have tried the multi, because I used to do the short, the 100 and all the other events at GSSA, and I was making in the finals or top 3, and that's when I decided to go try it out for Carifta, and I realized I had a bright future in it, so I stick with it.
oh, with me,
She was a 400
Yeah.
World Championship. Now you put on 9 extra events.
yeah, I just love doing everything. I just love doing everything, but the 1500, is take everything. I actually, I could be a better 1500 meter runner, but I just didn't have the guts as yet to go, because no way I should be finishing as fast as I should be finishing. But in due time, I'll get better, and just have to work on staying focused. And
Yeah, he'll do well.
When let's go to when like Ed is indicating, I asked you to it. How hard is it to be a student at UB? Because everybody wants to go off to Purdue, Kentucky, Arkansas. How do you recruit persons to come on to UB team? What do you sell them on?
What I
Go ahead.
say, well, that's my challenge. That's the challenge I have. But it's my job now to build an attractive program. If I'm a top athlete, I wouldn't want to go to a school that's not been in championships. That's I can't see myself improving per se. So I think this is a good sign. Over the last 3-4 years that I've been there, that I've had athletes that made Carifta. I've had athletes that made World Championship. Kendrick himself now, coming from the 400, he's made World Championship in 2017 under my supervision and coaching. We go to these collegiate meets and outshine some of these top D1 schools. Like I said, compared to what they have and what we have, if we have half of what they have, we could build. I'm certain that we could build world champions and Olympic champions here at home. So the challenge is always, a top student athlete may want to go to the U.S. or to Kentucky or these other big schools, because those schools are doing well.